I love this intro.
You like how I push the
Hey,
button?
Welcome to the Shh, Mom and Dad Are Talking podcast
where we put the babies to bed.
and talk about
Whatever we want.
Troy and I bed in the morning.
Hey, today we're discussing.
The disappointment that was Wonder Woman 1985.
Don't talk about it was a disappointment, but we have a very, very special guest with us. Say what's up to LA.
Hey, yo, what's up? What's up?
I think this is what the fifth time LA's on the podcast.
It's the third time.
It's the third. Who's
does-
counting?
Maybe.
It doesn't matter. We're glad to have him on.
I know.
LA's in the house.
That's
and
great.
LA is a huge Marvel fan. You like all the movies, don't you, LA?
Well, I mean, well, this
No,
is DC,
he's a
but
DC
yeah,
fan.
I like them all. Yeah, I like comic books.
We're a strictly Marvel house over here.
I know, right?
Really, I don't like
No.
Superman.
No.
No, I like me some Super. Who don't like Superman? You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, she gonna
I don't
raise her
know.
hand. But today we'll be discussing the Wonder Woman movie and just kind of providing our perspective on it. But before we get into it, what I thought was real interesting was that how the movie was released. It was released in theaters and then also on what was it? LA HBO what?
Yeah, HBO Max.
HBO Max. And what do you guys think about that? Is that the new normal that's going on with movies?
First, I just would like to say it's super confusing. HBO has like 5 streaming platforms. You can have
Yeah, I don't
HBO
know
through
why.
cable, HBO Go, HBO
much.
to Go, and then HBO Max. So here I'm thinking I've got one. We can watch it.
And couldn't watch it.
And couldn't watch
But
it.
had the wrong one.
Had the
Yeah.
wrong one apparently. So that sucked.
Yeah.
But what you think about that LA movies? Because we had talked a while back because we were talking about AMC stock and stuff like that, and just movies.
Which I still have.
'Cause essentially it's free to watch it if you have HBO Max. Yeah? It's free to watch
Well,
it.
so they have a distribution deal.
Oh, smart.
So that like all the movies are going to be movies are going to be streaming to HBO,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure exactly how it works myself. I was supposed to look into it in depth, but I think it's going to be like free for the first 30 days or so. It says how long it's on there for, and then after that,
January.
it's probably be
Yeah, it's
that's what it says.
January 24th. It's
Yeah.
on there
Yeah,
till
and then
January
probably-
24th.
Then probably it'll go out to other sites like Amazon Prime or whatever
Yeah.
where they can stream it for $10 or whatever,
Well,
a
I'm
little bit of
pretty
money
sure.
they want to get from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they make their money because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people went ahead and
Especially during
downloaded
the holiday.
HBO.
Yeah,
Which one is it? Max?
yeah.
HBO Max.
I'm just trying to figure out but when they reach their cap, like not their cap, but once their new subscribers start just dwindling off,
Mhm.
like
Uh-huh.
I
when
was
they
thinking the
start
same
losing money.
thing. Yeah, people join for just a quick second to watch it and then jump off.
But that was a $14.99 subscription that I paid for. So essentially, we did pay for the movie, but that would have been like one
But
ticket.
but it'll be fine once they start releasing more movies and you have
Mhm.
2 or 3 coming out, every
get your
2
money's
months or
worth.
something. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
because
this is these big blockbuster movies.
because it kind of seems like the new norm almost because even Mulan came out. Well, Mulan was a little bit different. It came
Yeah.
out
I
directly
thought
to
that's
Disney.
how they were gonna do it.
Yeah, but you have to pay. Even though you had a Disney Plus membership, you still had to.
You had to get
Pay
Disney
to
Plus
get-
Plus and pay
Yeah, I thought
$30.
that's how they were
Squared.
gonna do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
thought that's how they were going to do it too. But OSHA, she told me that it was free, and I was like, "What?
Yeah,
I mean, free? We already had HBO, so I'm like, we don't have to pay for this."
yeah.
That
I
was
mean,
crazy.
because we just now watched Mulan recently because it became free on Disney Plus
yeah.
with our regular membership. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I already have a membership. I'm not about to do Disney to the second power just so I can watch.
D
Mulan.
squared.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
not.
they should call
Yeah,
it.
D square. I'm not doing that. But yeah, so never.
I paid for it. I paid for it
to
just
watch
because-
it.
Yeah, but then we were out camping that weekend, and the signal sucked, so we didn't get to watch it. But I paid
Oh.
for it because it was, to me, it was the same as paying for Disney Plus at home
Yeah,
and then still going to see a Disney movie in the movie
Mm.
theater.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I didn't see a problem with it, but I can see people having a problem with it.
Yeah,
The thing,
Or why they wouldn't.
the thing is, I don't mind paying the $20, or whatever fee that they're charging if the movie is good.
Yeah.
The movie was not good. So
So you didn't like it. So let's always start off with the positive. So what were some of the things that we actually did enjoy about the movie?
I love the opening sequence. I want to see more of that.
What was the opening sequence?
You know, when Diana Prince was a little girl and they were doing like their little triathlon, Amazonian thingamajig.
Yeah, I felt like that
Olympics.
wasn't even necessary. I felt like she could have learned these new skills. Like she's been on what she said she's been in man's world for like 50 years now. She could have learned these new skills in the past 50 years of just fighting crimes or whatever she's been doing. I didn't feel like they had to show her because they did that on part one.
Because I think that's the cool thing about it. You know, if you think about it from a marketing standpoint, you know, women, we want to see that. You know, we want to see a 110-pound woman lifting 350-pound whatever the hell, and then chucking it through a minuscule 10 diameter hoop. That's what we want to see. At least I do.
Yeah.
But what made
But
me
they did that on part one.
But I don't mind seeing it over and over again.
Yeah.
I need that reminder that women are better than men sometimes.
But my whole thing is if she learned these skills as a kid, then where were they on part one? Like,
but you know what though? That's another something that's what's that word?
It's the continuity is all off. It's like
not content. So the thing that really made me upset about the beginning sequence after the fact was that the lesson that she was taught was not. It didn't have anything to do with.
Yeah, don't cheat.
The movie. I was just kind of like, okay, this is going to be important one day, and it never. It never. Yeah.
That moral lesson was never brought up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
What was it? She said you cheated.
You cheated. You took the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you took easy.
Again, I didn't see.
I guess that was through the movie a little bit. I guess.
How? Oh, you mean making a wish?
Yeah, because a lot
That's
of people.
probably the only minute reference to her taking the easy way, but it really wasn't even homed in.
It's like
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I liked when they go ahead, LA.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I did enjoy some of the fight scenes. I'm a fight scene person, and you know when she was fighting in I guess the mall, and then even a few fight scenes that she had throughout, I enjoy watching those scenes and seeing the action or whatever.
They were meh.
I do. I'm an action junkie too, but I feel like there wasn't a lot. Like she was on there was a lot of on-screen time with her and her boyfriend or Steve,
which I
or whatever.
did not care about.
I did not care about it.
I don't care about Steve. Steve, we don't care about you.
Oh God.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry to this
not
man.
At all.
Sorry.
I don't even want. It's like he serves no purpose, man.
Yeah.
He was just there
to fly the jet.
A plot piece. Yeah, I guess so. As a plot piece, and then it wasn't even a strong piece, and they spent so much time on him. He was so much on the screen.
Yeah,
like I don't know, his or something really talked him into a good deal.
See, y'all focusing on all the negative. Look,
there was nothing but negative.
No,
I mean, but like you were saying about the fighting sequence, I just cool. Like compared to the first Wonder Woman when she did the No Man's Land scene.
Yeah,
it was just kind of like.
Yeah, they kind of miss out a little bit, but I enjoyed seeing some of it. I think the moral messages that they tried to have in the movie, when you saw the different people making the wishes to accomplish different things, and how sometimes when you get the easy way out, or you may think you want something, but you really don't.
You're going to lose it. And they didn't really do a good job of explaining the whole wishing stone thing, like its origins. You know, I thought they were going into the mythology of the god who created it, the god of chaos. And they literally just went to this random man's house, and he was there for like 2 minutes explaining, reading Mayan language, Mayan pictographs, and was like, oh. And then, by the way, casting for that man was terrible. You can tell he was East Indian, and the dude's supposed to be Mayan. I don't again, I guess.
Look, I guess we might as well stop trying to have the positives, because y'all.
Well, I'm trying to think of a positive because they were kind of not a lot of them.
Yeah.
I actually watched the movie. I talk bad about the movie, but I put it on in the background, like while I've been cleaning and stuff like that, like 3 times over the past few days, just because I like the bright colors on this screen. And I don't know. I guess I'm just crunk off being able to watch a new movie release
over and
in
over
the
in,
home.
in the house.
In the house, like, I can
Yeah.
watch this for free.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again because I feel like it's one of those movies that if you watch it again, I think you'll like it a little bit more
know
the
what?
second time around.
Yeah, I think
It was.
another thing I did like is that I really did like their casting of Kristen Wiig as Cheetah.
I
Oh.
like Kristen Wiig, but that's
They-
another call out. Like I love her, but it was, I don't know, that whole movie trope of you have a bumbling fool that's all of a sudden gonna
It's
get
been
better at doing
done
things.
over and over again
Yeah.
and better in
Yeah,
other
a billion
movies. And
times.
can I just talk
Yeah, that was-
about feminists? I just want to have a fireside chat with you for just a second. When
About her
are
heels?
we- so that's her, the whole idea of let's just take off her glasses and she just becomes beautiful. Like I'm just so confused. Somebody
Yeah.
please.
And it happened so quick. It was like she went from
She
that,
couldn't
and then
walk
her
in
outfit
heels.
started changing, and then everybody just
Well-
looking at her.
And all she
Well,
did
she lost
was
her.
take
She
off her
started losing her
glasses.
humanity.
She started losing her
Well, that's
what?
what Superman. That's what Superman did. That's what Spider-Man did. You know, so it's not just because like Spider-Man got bit by the spider on one of these this first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and then like boom, he's like, dang, my eyesight is better. So it's just showing her evolving.
Yeah.
But
And there wasn't much to evolve. There was such a huge jump from her taking off her glasses and then wearing these 2-inch shoes. And the thing that got me was when she was in her office, and did she fall asleep in her office or something? She got up, she pulled her shirt down to become a dress under her tights, and she put on some.
yeah,
I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was just
so I
like,
guess
this
she
is-
never made it home that night after the party or whatever.
I
So
just
Yeah.
couldn't understand
'Cause-
it. I'm
'cause-
like, why are we doing this?
And I think you're talking about like the development of the movie because we were talking about this a little bit earlier how they spent so much time on a boyfriend and how we think that they just spent so much time on Maxwell Lord or whatever his name is. They should have taken time to maybe show her development in getting there, I think, because they spent so much time. Like, for example, when her boyfriend got in the plane, he was like, I can fly this plane or whatever the case may be. That plane scene was like 30 minutes when it could have been like 5 minutes. It's like,
Yeah.
what? I know y'all having a moment, but what's really going on here?
So the pacing.
yeah, the pacing was just
pacing-
off to me.
Was just really slow, and it kind of got hard to get into after the intro scene.
You
Or
would
the
get
cold
bored.
open.
You would, like, as I was watching it, I would get bored for like 15, 20 minutes and then action would kick back off and then you would get back into it. But it was just like the pacing. And then even with the plane scene, right? They went and got a plane that was at a museum or whatever. That plane not going to have oil in it. It ain't going to have gas. It hasn't been serviced. So y'all just going to
Now-
get up and just fly across the
See, that-
continent.
Yeah, that type of stuff. We got to preface this conversation by saying we know this is a make believe movie. We know that.
Yes,
We know
But-
there's not going to be a lot of realism. But
I know.
damn,
It's like
But bro, you going to go to a museum and fly a plane
out
at a
of all
museum.
places. Well,
Yeah,
she had
you didn't
the
go
key
to the
code.
army base and steal a
She had
plane.
the key code. Okay, so real quick,
because she works with antiques
and flew to Antique.
didn't
and
you
flew the
think
antiques to
I-
Cairo.
when they walked
Across continents.
when they walked into the museum in that giant jet? I thought that was gonna be the invisible jet.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know that was too big.
Because it just looked like
Yeah.
looked like that material that kind of reflected whatever. I don't know if that was supposed to throw us off. I don't know. Another problem with pacing that they probably added these scenes maybe because maybe it's a director's cut. I don't know. But the part where Steve was trying on the 80s clothes, I
Oh.
know what they were trying to do, but it just was not funny to me. It just was like,
Yeah. It wasn't funny to me now.
this is the best
So
you
when
can
Steve
do.
was trying on the
Yeah.
Steve
It's like,
was
this is
out-
the
yeah.
best you can do. This is the best 80s fashions that you could find.
Yeah, it was that
Because
pacing.
I can pull back some pictures at my mom's house and really give you a good laugh of what we were wearing in the 80s. So I don't know. I just,
Yeah, it was.
I do like that when it first came on, it gave me some old school Superman, like Richard Donner back in the day, Superman when we were younger, growing up type of feels because it was
Mhm.
kind of 80s cheesy, and I feel like they did it on purpose. I mean, it was definitely done on purpose, but it wasn't in a way that made the movie feel like it was meant to be in the 80s, but like it was actually shot in the 80s.
Yeah.
But
Girl, if you
then,
don't stop slapping my leg.
I'm sorry. It's so juicy though. I can't
Oh
help
my
it.
god.
You know
but
who?
then that all changed once they brought when Cheetah came in and everything. It seemed like the whole scene or field changed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then it just became a lot about Steve, and
Yeah, and he was just going from place to place. It was just kind of weird. Said, "What do you want?" Now wish it. And I was just like,
I guess that was supposed to represent like the 80s thing of, magical thinking and when like self-help got
Yeah.
really big, I guess.
yeah,
Jim
I
Rome,
actually
Tony
liked
Robbins.
Maxwell Lord.
You said what?
I liked him as a villain, but
Mhm.
They
I
focused
also
too much on
understand
him.
how. Well, I also understand how he was a cop out because by him being able to make wishes for everybody to do everything, I don't know. It was a lot. I think they gave him too much powers and then really work out the logistics of it. Like
It
at
kinda-
first he was saying
Go ahead.
you had to say I wish in order for it to work,
Yeah.
but then later on in the movies he was just granting wishes without people saying I
Actually saying
wish.
it. And it reminded
Yeah.
me a lot of. I was watching X-Men the other day with Jam, and it had
Yeah.
almost the same premise where they forced Professor X to connect to Cerebro to every human in the world and was like trying to attack every human through Cerebro. And it was like kind of like the exact same thing. He is able to connect to everybody via the internet or the TV, and he's
But
gonna.
at least his thing,
You said what?
boy, that's different. That boy using that telepathy increased by
Yeah.
Cerebro
By
increased the
Cerebro.
power of it just 100-fold.
Yeah.
So whereas he's able to, I don't know, he's powerful. I can't. He's like a level 5.
It kind of just felt the same. What I'm saying was, it was like it just felt a little bit, and I kind of forgot about that. But I was just watching X-Men. I'm like, they was doing kind of the same thing where he was utilizing a platform to reach everybody at once to do something.
I don't think that there was enough limitations on the system, the
Like
magic
wishes.
system that they were doing, because I didn't feel like the
Yeah.
stakes were so high. Even though, the Russians and everybody were sending missile warheads in the air, I still was like, yeah, that could be bad. Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't feel like.
I mean, I was like, well, we know this isn't going to end. Like it's going to be fine.
It'll be fine.
I really wasn't. I'm just confused. Some stuff was inconsistent. Like the wishes. It seems like once they unwished them, once he unwished his,
Yeah.
or whatever the phrase was, he said, "I renounce my wish" or something. Whatever he said.
Yeah.
Once he said, Maxwell Lord said that, it seemed like everything should have just went back to how it was
Mhm.
before he went apeshit.
Yeah.
Everybody else, showing everybody else saying, "I renounce my wish," seemed like it was just pointless at that point.
Yeah.
After he renounced his.
Because they was trying to show that moral, and that was another thing I didn't like is they
They
always
should have showed him
depict
do his laugh.
that exactly, or like even just the wishes that they were showing that people had, like where he told somebody, "I wish he would die," and the man started having a heart attack, or how they always depict certain people as terrorists. Like
Mhm.
they have the guy with the gun.
I wish for nuclear.
I wish for
missiles.
nuclear,
I'm
and it's
just
like they always like depict certain type of people as terrorists, and I ain't gonna get too deep, but I'm
Yeah.
just, there's a lot of other terrorism that goes on by a lot of other people that
Yeah.
don't look like that, but they always want to try to show that
Yeah.
particular type of terrorism,
yeah.
and then he took his wish back. I don't want nukes anymore. Like it was just like, come on, bro.
And then they started
I-
disintegrating in the air and
Yeah,
world peace.
They started disintegrating in the air, but then somebody made a phone call like the nukes are gone, which means
They
they
never
saw the nuke.
existed.
And-
no. That means if he says that they're gone, then that means they did exist in his. He saw them, and it's like they should be in his memory still. So he
Yeah.
said they're gone,
See, I don't know.
which means he made reference to them.
yeah.
I don't-
And that goes again with the pacing. Like I think they spent so much time on specific scenes, like showing the romantic side of things and all of that, when they could have been developing the other stuff. Took time to develop other things that needed explanations and things like that. They just kind of
Yeah, and I guess they're always trying to put women in these romantical situations, and I'm
Yeah,
like, do
I
they do
hate
that with? I don't. Maybe they do. It just, to me, this just seemed really like, why they gotta do Wonder Woman like that? She's an Amazon. She's an independent
yeah,
woman. She don't need no
Exactly.
man.
That's why I say I hope in part 3 they don't mention him at all.
At all.
Like,
Again.
Dang, y'all hate
don't
that man
know
that much.
nothing.
Y'all hate
No,
that
we
man that
don't.
much.
No, he just not needed.
I think it's a
just
pointless love interest.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
think
their
it's a
whole
pointless
goodbye
storyline.
lasted like a good 15
A
minutes.
millisecond.
And she didn't even cry. There was no tear or anything. And I'm like, girl,
Yeah,
no
she was losing her
snot
powers.
bubble,
She was like,
nothing.
shit.
If that
Yeah,
was
she
you,
loved him,
I
but
would
she
be a
loved her
mess.
powers more.
I couldn't fly through the air with the greatest
But
of ease.
but she had, I
happened to
guess she
me.
had to focus on what was the most important thing, because I guess they was trying to show vulnerability that at one point she was willing to be selfish enough to
Mhm.
want what she wanted and compromise other people, but then she came to her senses and
Mhm.
realized that she needs to have a higher moral standard.
Because
and-
she's choosing
She
to be
came-
lonely. I mean,
Exactly. She
Yes.
ain't like she whack.
yeah. And then also, too, she's choosing not to have friends. It's like Barbara tried to be her friend, or Cheetah wanted to be your friend. And she's like,
I'm just so focused.
I'm just so focused on my artifacts. And just like, it's just kind of like
and even
the
like,
pretty girl adopting the ugly. And again, I say ugly girl with quotation marks because all she did was have on glasses. So I don't.
yeah, I guess
And
they
her
just,
hair was mussed up.
they try, yeah, they
Again.
did their best to try like her hair, and then I guess she was clumsy and all of that kind of stuff. But even the other thing was when Cheetah was actually fighting and stuff like that. I didn't understand the scene where when Wonder Woman got the, what is the suit that she had, the Golden Eagle suit.
Mhm.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that.
I'll let
That
you
thing
go
lasted-
first.
Go ahead.
You go first, and then I
Go
will get
ahead.
on it next. Go ahead.
I mean, they just bigged it up something serious. First of all, it's stronger in the comic books, but they bigged it up something serious in the movie, talking about how it was strong enough to stop back the forces of man or whatever, and all that good stuff. And then as soon as she put it on, Cheetah shredded it right up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so angry
I was so
about
confused.
that, bro.
I was
And,
so confused.
and then she was just hiding in the suit, and Cheetah just going ham, and she just hiding in it. And I'm like, are you gonna use this suit? Are you gonna hit her? And like you said, they made the suit seem like it was like the
And
gauntlet.
yeah.
Like she was gonna come with the gauntlet and just end it like almost like how Thanos had
the
the
gauntlet.
gauntlet. That's what they made it seem like. And then she's cowering inside of it, and Cheetah's tearing it up, literally ripping it apart. And
Does
then
she
she
not
just
have her
takes it
powers
off.
anymore?
And then she just takes it off. And I was like, why you
Just
take it
throw it
off?
away.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, she had her powers. She had her full powers. That's why she was able to get electrocuted in the water and not get hurt.
I didn't
Okay,
understand that either.
so
but
again-
Cheetah could get hurt in the electricity.
She was hurt, I guess, and
Wonder Woman's powers. You know, she's a goddess, so she's pretty strong and
well,
and
because she
bulletproof
did
and
say,
indestructible.
"I don't want to be anything else. I just want to be a super predator," which I mean could mean anything. But
An
it just
apex
chose
predator,
a
yeah.
cheetah. We chose a cheetah. Okay, all right.
They could have wrote that. They could have wrote that a little different and better. But yeah, man. So she put it on and discarded it instantly. And like, how can, and even logistically from a suit of armor, how can you fight with those big old 7-foot wings on
Yeah.
your back?
Yeah,
It's
I
not like
I
the-
thought she was gonna be. What's the guy that's in Avengers or Captain America's homeboy,
Like
the
Thor?
the
No,
brother?
Winter Soldier.
No, the one that has
Falcon?
the wings, Falcon or whatever, right? So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Falcon uses his wings pretty cool. Like he hits stuff, he blocks stuff. I just thought she was
Oh, yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be utilizing the wings to that capacity, or even like what's the X-Men dude? The character on X-Men that has wings.
Angel.
Angel.
Archangel. I thought
Yeah.
she was gonna get down and dirty with the wings, something
I need
like
you to
that.
learn characters' names. We always get on this podcast
Hey.
and you know no one's name.
It doesn't matter because I don't be because stuff comes flowing into my brain and I'm just making connections as we talk about it. But the long story short, I was disappointed in the whole wing thing because they gave us the history how the person who had the wings before was able to save almost all of the other ones because she had them on and took the damage for everyone else, and then to let
Yeah.
Cheetah just tear them off like she's ripping apart origami or something.
Yeah, she gave it to the wings. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and then like it just was, and then they kind of ended it where they didn't tell us did Cheetah still have her powers after it was over or whatever.
Or was she just a regular cheetah walking around? Just a woman
She
cheetah?
she definitely did. She definitely didn't renounce hers. She ain't say shit.
She was like, I want it
nah.
all, huh?
So she just walking
Yeah, she
around just
think-
looking like a cheetah, huh?
Well,
Okay.
you know, she's Wonder Woman's like arch enemy.
Yeah.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
So she gonna be around, but she definitely didn't renounce hers. Everybody else was renouncing theirs.
But the hate
But-
wasn't they're strong enough in the relationship to where that would end up being her arch nemesis. So she's probably not going to be a character that keeps coming back. I mean, I
No.
think Kristen Wiig did an excellent job as her, given what she was given, but I don't see there wasn't a strong enough,
Yeah, they didn't build it up to where it's
conflict.
For beef.
yeah,
There wasn't a
Yeah, it wasn't-
conflict really.
similar to like what
Yeah.
they did with Thanos. Like they built him up. I
Mhm.
mean, but he was, I guess,
And they made him a character where you're like, oh, he was like a heel. Like I kind of feel what he's saying though.
yeah.
There's too many
Yeah.
motherfuckers on this planet.
Yeah,
There's not
everybody
enough
rock with Thanos.
water.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everybody rock with
he was
Thanos.
breaking it down. He was breaking it down. But I would say this. I'm actually looking forward to watching the Wonder Woman movie again. I am, because sometimes it's like I think what it was, we had such high expectations that were the expectations even realistic to try to have of the movie?
I didn't have any expectations. I just wanted to have a good time, and I just didn't. Have a massively good time.
Yeah.
Because y'all watched
to talk
it.
about.
Y'all watched it as like a whole family. Like your whole family watched it, right?
Yeah, my grandma was on Christmas Day.
Ooh,
We
I
just
wish
sat
I
there
could
on-
have been there, boy. I
So-
know Brandon
so
was
what was
going
everybody
on.
else's? What was the whole synopsis in the
I
room?
know y'all argue for a good 2 hours after the fact.
We
You,
were
Brand, Aaron.
Yeah, everybody was just like, "Yeah, we didn't care for it," and picked it apart like we're doing now. Even that final fight scene with Cheetah, with them dancing around like Cirque du Soleil, whatever circus
Mhm.
characters
on the
on
ropes.
the
With
on the
very,
road in the
very bad
darkness.
lighting. And
and
very, bad, lighting.
which is something the trick they do to hide the CGI.
That it was pretty
um,
bad. Yeah.
And it's not even something that's something everybody knows when you put it in darkness like that. You're trying to hide,
Mhm.
your shoddy work.
They should have.
then-
They
and
should
then-
have had Cheetah transform like little by little, and the camera stay on her face as she's like slowly I don't know. That I just. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she keeps like
They
hitting my
could have
leg.
did a lot of stuff. They could have did a lot of stuff. That first reveal of Cheetah's face, I was like, oh, that's whack.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like that.
Talking
Don't
about when
even
she
look
walked
like
out
her.
of the thing, like when
Yeah.
she was walking.
Like,
yeah.
that
When
don't
they
even
zoomed in on her
look
face.
like her. Why did they zoom in like that?
Yeah, so there's just some stuff like, man, they could have just did a lot better.
You
And
know
so
what?
if
Her
we're-
running. I really want them to. I know she's a fast runner because she's a goddess, but they
You
really.
talking about Wonder Woman?
Yeah, they really need to work
Yes.
on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
they need to
they-
show
they-
her moving quicker. Like, cause what was that one movie? Winter Soldier, where they had
All of them.
Black Panther.
They had Captain America
Captain
running down the street.
America.
They
Black Panther.
showed that they
In Civil
yes.
War. Ooh, I love.
They showed like
Captain
how
in Civil
fast
War.
they all were.
How all they were just
Yeah.
all like these superhuman characters, and they're all
And they
in
was
that
running. They was running at the right beat and right
Yeah.
Yeah,
right rhythm.
all of
Yeah.
that
This
was.
Wonder Woman looked like it looked like she was running on the air.
You
Like,
know what
wasn't
the
even touching
problem
the ground.
is? It's those wedge boots she has on. That's why she runs funny like that.
I thought that she did good once she got out. Like when she first got out the car, I was like, okay, that looked good. Looked like a good transition from the car to the road.
Mm,
But then they showed her from another angle, and it just looked like hot garbage.
yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man,
Mm.
Why y'all
I could do
that?
better than.
Do you think
Yeah,
that they
like-
were just kind of, relying more on just the nostalgia of her and the character itself? Because sometimes like they feel like they can just rely on that and don't have to really produce like a
Mhm.
super great product. It kind of like I hate to
feel
say this,
kind of
like
they shitted on her.
yeah, like because even like Game of Thrones, I don't know why I'm bringing it season 8, right?
Let's
This
don't
isn't
break
a
up no Game of Thrones, though.
podcast.
All right.
by the
Don't
way.
break us-
Real quick. I ain't gonna do it too long. But Game of Thrones season 8, I really feel like they were almost like people gonna watch this mess regardless. They gonna watch season 8 regardless of what goes on. We can almost end this thing like whatever. We got to get it over with. And I kind of just feel like that they just rely on that. Okay, this is a DC character. Everybody knows it. People are bored. It's COVID. I'm releasing it during the holiday. Like
We're already giving it to you for free on HBO.
yeah, like people gonna. I don't know.
Max,
I don't know.
go.
Yeah, I mean that's how everybody's feeling. Like they was just like throwing out something instead of really trying to give us that firefly.
Yeah.
So
I just
Yeah,
really want a
it's-
good
it's-
movie on stream. I mean, I really wanted to see Candyman because I'm sure Candyman
See,
is going to be
that's funny
excellent.
That's funny that you bring that up because I was just about to ask what movies were interested in seeing come out. And I
I
was
want to
just
see Quiet Place Part 2.
Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah.
What's that? Was that the Netflix
That's
movie?
the movie, no, that we went to go
No.
see that you were really mad that we went to go see where there was no sound, nobody talked.
What was happening in the movie?
The monsters, the aliens or whatever.
Yeah, so the Quiet Place was about what you're saying?
The aliens.
You remember when they had to be quiet so that the aliens wouldn't get them?
and then the
And
girl
they were in the house and they were talking with sign language.
Oh, and the girl, she was deaf. She put the batteries in for the toy for her kid brother, and he
Yeah,
turned
nigga,
it
that's what you
on.
got to describe this movie.
Oh, well.
No,
sorry.
okay. I'm curious. How was that different from that one movie that was on Netflix that everybody went crazy for?
That was Bird Box.
But it was the
Bird Box,
same
it was-
premise?
I like the bird. I think people
Very
like
similar.
Bird Box because the mom was relatable. You know, the dad and the mom in Quiet Place were too loving and understanding. The mom was like, "If you make a sound, I will hurt you."
So they're
Hurt
coming
you.
so they're coming out with a second one? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
LA?
It's done. It's been done. It was
I
supposed
think
to be
it's
released.
out already, isn't it?
I can't find it anywhere. I just
Oh.
watched that movie, The Photograph, and I thought that was good.
Okay.
Yeah,
With dang it, I forgot her
the
name.
Keith Stanfield and Issa Rae.
Yeah, Issa Rae. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made my GPS turn my GPS on my phone is Issa Rae's voice.
You could do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what you could do with an iPhone, but
Oh Lord.
Okay.
This dude
Okay.
as he works on his iMac for work.
Okay. All right.
no, I'm just saying because I don't know if it's against their some rules or something that they have.
Or licensing of her voice or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
What movie are you looking forward to coming out?
Again, Candyman.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to the Candyman movie to
And
come
anything that Jordan Peele has.
Oh.
You know, I'd never seen
listen.
Candyman. I'd never
what?
seen
You never seen it?
No, until recently during
Yeah.
COVID. And I couldn't get over how he flew out of the window backward.
out. Yeah, like Candace.
Oh, I got it.
There's a
haven't
lot of
seen it in
movies
10
that
years.
there's a lot of movies that she has not seen that I've had to put her on. Like she has never seen Candyman, so I put her on that. And then I put her on a while back with Gone with the Wind.
Me and my mom had never seen Gone with the Wind.
And
Oh,
which
that
is
ain't so much.
Who had you watching Gone with the Wind?
I don't know how
Gone with
you
the
want to
Wind.
know the real story of how I watched Gone with the Wind. I told you
And
huh?
in what part of California you grew up in?
I know.
South Central LA.
It was,
Like
but
the
let
Gone
me
with
tell you
the
the
Wind.
story. Let me tell you the story. Like literally, we didn't have cable growing up. You know, like a lot of people had their cable and stuff. We had the normal 10, 12 channels. And for some reason, Gone with the Wind was on. And I remember watching maybe 5 minutes and I just got all into it. I was just all into it. And then later on, up until about a couple of years back, I started to understand the significance of it when, for example, when they talked about what Mammy, how she won
Hattie McDaniels.
yeah. What did she win? I almost said
An
Grammys.
Oscar.
An Oscar, but she couldn't even
Go to the awards.
go to the
couldn't
award
accept
ceremony
it, yeah.
to pick it up, and just
At
all
the
the
very
different.
last minute, they
They gave it to her
did-
like afterwards
they?
or something.
Yeah.
It did. But just I didn't understand all the history that went behind it. So when I watched the movie again, I was recently, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, it just was wow, that real just kind
I
of really
want to
dawned on me.
imagine you as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old boy watching Gone with the Wind. What that look like?
I like that. I like that character, that main dude that was frankly, my dear. I
Red
don't
Butler.
who doesn't like that dude? That dude
You
was
need to be kissed and you need to be
be
kissed.
kissed
hard.
well. What he say? And kiss often. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah. He was a pimp.
yeah.
I was about to say, yeah,
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I give Wonder Woman a 3 out of 10.
Damn. Hello.
a C. I get a C.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people was giving it a C. I'm gonna go ahead and show a little love. I would give it about a 7.5
But why
to
you
8
showing
out
it
of 10.
love?
Because
You showing it out of love, out of pity?
no,
Nobody
not
wants pity
like,
love.
Look, when I first watched it, I was like, but I'm giving it a 7.5 to almost an 8. So that's right in that range.
Okay, let me ask
Well,
you.
out
Did
of
you
what?
like that? Did you like Wonder Woman more than you liked Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. Oh,
I like Captain Marvel.
I liked it too. And they did period comic book 1990s. You know, the night how Wonder Woman did the 80s and Marvel did the 90s. I think they did a really good job of pulling like not only the technology but like the store. She fell into a blockbuster and then
Yep.
like the music. I mean, it really,
Yeah.
I felt like I was in that time frame where I was a kid. Like, I used to turn
Brought-
this on
it
the
brought back
radio and
stuff.
hear this.
Yeah.
And like, I had a shirt
like-
and jeans like that. Like, Wonder Woman didn't do
just
that
say,
for
like,
me.
They have a lot of continuity errors, and I know it's hard to do. I was telling her it's hard to create movies. Okay, so like in Wonder Woman, they show her flying, but then all these newer Wonder Woman movies, like that she's in Justice League, she's in like 5 movies or something, and she's not flying.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
they're going way back, to 1984, and she's flying.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So now you watch Justice League, and you're like, shit, this chick just running around, not doing none of these epic
Maybe
shit she know how to do.
An alternate
And then
times.
and then
I
that's
don't-
that's a DC issue because like for a while,
they do that
Yeah,
a lot in
it is.
DC
yeah,
movies.
DC was not. I'm just even not even the movies, but just like whoever's managing the copyright or the rights to the stuff. It's like somebody ain't talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
one
they
of
let
the
people do whatever they want to with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like because one of the things I do like about Marvel as at least the most recent stuff over the last like 10 to 12 years, there's like a continuity that they're sitting down and planning 2 or 3 movies ahead and making sure stuff makes sense.
Because when the end game came, they tied up every single storyline.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did they? And that's what I loved about it so much. Is like, how did they get
Yep.
all of these storylines all to make sense
Yep.
and to go together?
Yep.
Like that just
Yeah,
blew my
they
mind.
did a good job of that.
Yeah, so that tells me, like you said, they're having big meetings with big tables,
Yep.
and they're lying out every single Marvel comic book property from like the
Yep.
minor to the major to how Harold the Duck and everything, and putting it out there
Yeah.
like, look, how can we connect these dots?
Yep.
Like, for this, that, and a third.
Yep.
Yeah, because they
'Cause
DC
DC ain't
definitely needs
doing
to work
that.
on that.
They're not doing
They
that.
be like, oh, you want to make a movie? All right, cool.
They just do because they have epic characters over
They
there in
They do,
DC.
but they don't. You know what Marvel does with their
You don't see it
characters
when the
that
public see it.
that I like is that they make their characters have like real flaws to where you can relate to them. Like the whole thing with Iron Man and his, anxiety and PTSD.
Well, but that pissed me off too, though. Iron
Well,
Man
you're a
Part
man
3.
and you don't have emotions, so that just
No, Part 3. They're like, like Iron Man Part 3, he was not in his Iron Man suit, but for like 5 minutes, and the rest of the time he was like remote controlling it or something
Mhm.
like that. And even scenes when he did something epic, turns out that he wasn't in the damn suit. He was controlling it from
Yeah.
home. It
I
was
just like
man, this,
that. Even with Thor and him dealing with his failure to kill Thanos, him going back, I should have went for the head. I should have, I just like that.
I like that stuff.
There's stuff, but DC does not do that. Or at
That's
least
because DC, a lot of DC stuff are like God level people.
What
So
was that
it's
last
a-
DC movie that we all liked though? It had all the characters.
Shazam?
No,
Shazam?
I don't even think we've seen it. The one with Will Smith that was in it.
Oh, Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that was
I hate
epic.
that.
I liked Suicide Squad.
You didn't
People-
like it?
No, I did. I liked it.
I
It wasn't
did like
as
it.
good as it could
Why you
have
didn't
been.
like it, LA? What the heck?
I mean, it was stupid because like you got this big massive threat, and you send this nigga in with a boomerang and a dude that could shoot good, shoot pretty well. And a chick with a bat. It's like, come on, man. At this time, you already have the Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman, and stuff in this universe. Flash
Yeah.
shows up, he arrests Captain Boomerang, and Batman, arrests Harley Quinn. That's how they got to jail.
Yeah,
And so it's like you got these metahumans and these godlike people there. Why the hell are you
No.
using
average
this
people.
chick with a bat
Yeah.
just because you could disavow them if shit go bad?
I
like-
liked Viola Davis's character. And then I like the people that they got for the different characters. Like I
Yeah.
liked Will Smith as Deadshot. I like old girl as Harley. I don't know. I just liked I felt like the script was lacking.
And I hate that. I hate the Harley Quinn movie. That
I haven't,
I haven't
seen
even
it.
seen it. I haven't even seen it. So is that something? Where can we watch that at?
I think we can watch it on
that's
HBO.
been out for a while. So yeah, it's been
We
out
should
for a
watch
while.
it
So you
after
can probably
this.
find it on HBO or wherever.
Yeah.
And then like the Birds of Prey, not the Birds of Prey, the Batwoman TV show. DC just be they just
Oh,
be
I'm not
missing
gonna
the mark.
watch that.
Yeah,
That movie was filled with so much agenda. It was ridiculous.
I
It was
now that
it
we
was
have
horrible.
the new HBO Max, do you want to watch Teen Titans?
what is that?
Now, you mean Titans? The
Well,
TV,
yeah,
the TV show.
Titans. Yeah,
That thing is fire.
it's good.
Yeah, that they did that right.
It's a TV show.
I mean,
And then they have the Doom Patrol, I think.
watch it. Yeah, Doom Patrol was good too. We still have to watch a lot of that. But yeah, watch the first episode or whatever that Titans. You'll be like, oh shit, I'm
Yeah.
about to watch all of these.
So, I mean, DC's got really good characters. They just don't. I don't know.
Having a
it's-
good support.
Yeah, they just gotta think it out and just get some continuity because people who grew up to those characters, we're like, what y'all doing over there?
Also, too, DC, I think they changed their actors for their characters so much you can't get attached to them. Like,
That could be too.
you know, I can't get attached to a Superman because they keep changing the Superman. I love Iron Man, Thor. I've come to love Captain America.
Man, that boy is so bad.
Bruh, we
We're
gotta
gonna
have
stop right now. We're gonna stop you
we're gonna
right
do
there.
a podcast and just talk about the top 10 reasons I hate Captain. I can't stand Captain America. But let's stop because this
That's
podcast.
what-
if we don't
This is
stop
a
now,
long-
the podcast gonna go.
We'll
for
keep
forever.
going. We can keep going. But thank you, LA, so much for coming on the podcast. We really, really enjoy you. We just need to just make you just part of the podcast. I mean, because you're
what we
so
gonna
fun to
name
talk
it?
to.
Mom and Daddy talk. I don't know what we gonna
Talking to LA on the phone.
Add. I know. So we gotta rename. We gotta rename it.
And it's always fun to come on and hang out with y'all.
Yeah, and before we leave, we want to take a minute to thank our Patreon subscribers for supporting the channel.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, if you've enjoyed it, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. And then if you're interested in this podcast, because there's just some things we can't put on YouTube, you can also listen to the Mom and Dad Are Talking podcast on all other platforms as well, from iTunes to Spotify, whatever you like. I'll put a link down below and you can check out that content as well. As always, we'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.
Welcome to the
All right, that was good. I need to put some outro.